there's also something slightly kind of creepy about Christmas. You have a poster from one of my favorite movies of all time, That Thing You Do. That Thing You
Thank
Do
you.
is one of my all-time favorite movies ever. Watch it several times a year. I've shown it to my son. We watch it together. It's just like it is. I fucking love it. Pardon my language. I love it.
Oh, honestly, over the last couple years since I've made these changes, a lot
Yeah.
of people comment on things. You are only the second person to point that out, and I adore that film. I
Yes.
adore it.
It's so
Um,
funny. The music is fantastic. Love the story of the band. Does not go where you think it's gonna go. Like it's just yeah, it's really Tom Hanks, man. He freaking killed it.
yeah, yeah, and that was peak Tom. I don't talk about this the whole time, but that was peak
Yeah.
Tom Hanks. That was right
Yeah.
after his Oscars, and
Yep. Yep.
yeah. Anyway, hard pivot.
Yes.
Um, Mike, it is a joy to speak with you. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
no,
Uh,
you bet, man.
honestly, Silent Night. Wait, I'm gonna get the name wrong here. Yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah.
Is an absolute ride. It is so much fun. Why did you want to Is this a true remake? Why, like, when you bring this out, or is this something that you wanted to use as inspiration? Because there was one 40 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at it's weird. I look at it more of like a reimagining
Sure.
kind of because like it is the Billy Chapman story, which is from the original. It is Santa Claus with an axe. That's the original. We have an antler kill. That's the original. There's some things, but like for me, I think I've always wanted to do a Christmas horror movie or holiday horror movie. This was sort of like that perfect opportunity when somebody, Brad Miska from Bloody Disgusting came to me and was like, we have the IP. What do you think? And I said, give me a second. Let me think about like how I could do this because I wasn't going to turn him down. So I tried to come up with something that, like, again, I was able to pull bits of DNA from the original, but ultimately make my own original story. And that's usually how kind of handled IP in the past. And that's ultimately most important to me is that I'm going to be telling a fresh new story, whether it's IP or whether it's a script that I've written that has just come out of nowhere.
Well, I hear that because you want it to be your own. And
Absolutely. So important.
and it is interesting because you sort of mentioned this here. Violent Christmas movies are kind of back
Oh,
in a
yeah.
way. And it's kind of funny, like there was a time where we didn't talk about it much, and I think it was the Die Hard conversation that got things started.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, what is it though? Why do we need violent Christmas movies like this?
Oh
And they're
boy.
great. They're fun.
They are fun. The merging of those two things for as much of a juxtaposition as it is, there's something I think that's why it's so fun and entertaining is because you have the warmth and comfort of Christmas and you have the horror of whether it be terrorists attacking, a building or a guy dressed up like Santa Claus with an axe or a giant Krampus-like monster taking a family to hell. Like you're just like what is going on here? You know what I mean? Like, that juxtaposition, I think, really works. And honestly, there's also something slightly kind of creepy about Christmas. Like, there's this weird, you know what I mean? Like, Christmas has a very strange past, and there are these very strange, like, Saturna paganistic like things that like, and even like sometimes Christmas music is kind of creepy. Like when you drive down the road, it's beautiful and you see all these lights, and then it's like, but there's something mysterious about it that leaves this opening for like strange, like we'll say a little bit of the darkness to come in and then take on the holiday, if you will. And I feel like that's you can have a lot of fun doing that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think this film is so much fun.
Oh,
Um,
thanks, man.
I want to talk to you about Billy. Let's talk about Billy here because you know he's the swift hand of Santa's justice,
Yes.
if you will, in this particular film. And there was a fascinating line, and I believe it's him that said, I wanted to ask you about it. Doing a bad thing is different than being a bad person.
Yep.
People do bad things.
Yes. Yep.
Is in your mind, is that true? And what's the difference?
I would say yes, 100%. I mean, that's look, I don't this may have some weight on it, but like I remember, like growing up and going to Sunday school, for instance, like it was one of those things where it was like um yeah, I remember always being told like, you know what, it's okay. You're gonna sin. You know what I mean? Because you're not perfect. It's like, okay. But like it was very clear that but there are very evil people out there and they choose to be evil. Like they choose to believe in something that's awful or continue to do awful things over and over again and they don't want to change you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was sort of my take here is it's like Pamela's going through stuff just like we all have our stuff and that's going to make us at sometimes make mistakes and I think Billy makes it very clear to her in the movie that, look, I know that you've done some bad things, but you're not, that doesn't make you a bad person. I think we make that very clear with the people that he dispatches throughout the movie, that those people are the problem. Those people are the ones who have accepted their evil ways, and they're like, yeah, that's who I am. As actually one character very blatantly says in the movie, this is who we really are inside.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so let's follow that up.
Okay.
Is Billy a good person?
I do believe that he is. I do believe that he was handed a really difficult deck.
Mm.
I think, his parents did something truly evil when he was growing up, and I think he got caught in between it, and something happened. I mean, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And he was strangely blessed in a way with this almost avenging angel thing. And I think for me, Billy's a character, especially in this point in that we jump into the movie. He is just a normal dude. He's a normal dude who's like at a point in his life where he wants to move on. He's kind of like he's almost kind of over this whole thing, even though he knows it's his like he's been bestowed at this, so he kind of has to keep doing it because he knows the counter of not doing it. But now he meets somebody. He finds actual love. He finds somebody who sees him for what he wants to be seen as, not as somebody who does these things that we all see as being crazy. And he does. He wants to move on. He wants love. I think he is a good person. And I think too, like we'll say at that pivotal moment in the middle of the movie when he has to make a decision um, to either do what he needs to do and just move on or go a little bit further, we realize that like he does have principles. He does, and look, yes, I would say Billy is a good person. He's been dealt a really interesting deck and he's trying to navigate and I think now he's trying to figure out how he can better himself and if anything, better himself for this person that he's fallen in love with.
I love that. I love that because we care for him and he is still a bit of a madman. And I will say this, doing advent calendars with my kids has taken on a bit of a new meaning this year because of this film. But anyway, Mike, we're out of time. Thank
Oh,
you so
okay.
much, man. Appreciate
Yeah, you
it.
bet.
This film's a blast. Have a great day.
All right, thanks, man.
Thanks. Bye-bye.